Welcome to a new Team CGC 9.8 video. Today I have 5 speculative 9.8s for the team to consider. And these ones are kind of long shots, but they are really cool. And so much so, I did end up purchasing one in the 9.8 a few days ago. And just this morning, kind of doing the research for the video, there's another one in the 9.8 I noticed on eBay, and I was like so close to purchasing that one as well. So yeah, these ones are really cool, although a little bit speculative, so keep that in mind. Okay, first one up here is a Star Wars The Rise of Kylo Ren, number 3. Yeah, this one, it's a first appearance in cameo of Avar Kriss, who is a Jedi Master in the High Republic era, basically. A really cool Clayton Crane cover on this one too, which is definitely a bonus. But if you didn't know, yeah, in the past few weeks, there's been pretty strong rumors about like the next MCU Star Wars movie is going to be either Old Republic or High Republic. So I think some of those kind of keys in that area are probably worth it right now while they're still cheap. Yeah, this The Rise of Kylo Ren number 3 is certainly on that list with, like, if there was ever a High Republic movie, I'm sure Avar Kriss would be a main sort of Jedi Master in the movie, absolutely. So this one's a cool one to consider. There's 218 9.8s in a blue label, 70.8% is the 9.8 percentage. So in the last few months, seeing this one sell in a first print in the 9.8 with that crane cover. There is a 1 to 25 variant. You might want to, check that one out. It's certainly more expensive if you're really serious about this book. But in the first print, 9.8 white pages, saw one sell for $91.01, $91.01. Another one for $139.95. And I think, recently those rumors are kind of heated up. This book is one of the books that are, heating up a little bit as well. So I think probably close to that 140 is where they're selling now, maybe even up over the 150 level as well. But, I don't think there's any huge rush on this. You would probably actually want to be a little bit patient, wait maybe 3 to 6 months. These High Republic, Old Republic rumors kind of cool off a little bit, and then you're able to get a book like this, The Rise of Kylo Ren number 3 in the 9.8, maybe even closer to that 91.01 that had sold. I think that's a great value for this one. Yeah, one, you can definitely enjoy the cover as just a Star Wars fan, but maybe there's some, really good potential. Certainly, if a High Republic movie came out, I think this book would be a lot more. But that is a big if. Luckily, you can really enjoy the cover. So I think Rise of Kylo Ren number 3 is one to consider, certainly, if you're a big Star Wars fan right now. Hopefully, yeah, closer to $100. But maybe if you want this right now, I think that $139.95 is still, price target to aim for if you're really liking this one. So we might as well talk as well about a Star Wars High Republic number 1. So this is going to be first full appearance of Avar Kriss, who, as I mentioned, is like a Jedi in the High Republic era. It's a first appearance of Keeve Trennis and Sskeer as well, who are just other Jedis. One's Keeve Trennis, a Padawan. Sskeer is a Jedi Master in the High Republic era. These are really popular kind of books that had just come out in the last year, and the Kylo Ren book came out last year as well. So these are both pretty much brand new books. So in a 9.8 in the first print for High Republic number 1, there's 2,088 9.8. So yeah, they are pretty popular for sure in the blue label. 91% of them are 9.8, so not a very tough 9.8 in the first print. And to be honest, I would look to some of the variants, given that there's so many first prints in the 9.8. There are quite a few variants for this one. The sort of variant edition I find is maybe the best value. You kind of get a really cool cover with all the characters' first appearances are kind of on the cover. And in the variant edition, they're actually on my comic shop right now. There's, I think one, it was like $75 or best offer. And there's like another one, I believe, for $80 or best offer in the 9.8 of this variant edition for High Republic number 1. I think that's kind of the best value. That one's selling, yeah, I think sort of around that $65 range, let's call it. I like that one. I also like the Walmart variant for this one, where you get Keeve Trennis, Sskeer, and Yoda on the cover. Yeah, that's probably my most eye-appealing cover out of the High Republic number 1. There's also like the 1 of 25 variant with Keeve Trennis on the cover. I honestly, I don't really like just the art on that cover, but that's going to be sort of the most rare first print variant, I guess. And even if you're more serious, there's the store exclusives that came out where it's like the Clone Wars number 1 cover homage. That's kind of the most expensive version of this book. If you're really serious about High Republic number 1, maybe you look at Clone Wars #1 homage cover for this Star Wars High Republic #1. But yeah, some of the variants are still really cheap in the 9.8. Certainly, if a High Republic movie comes out, these will probably be a lot more expensive, but that is a big if. But you know, you might want to consider a High Republic #1 with all those first appearances. Okay, next one, sticking with the Star Wars High Republic Adventures #6. This one is a first appearance of Tal Bota. So if you read this one, Tal Bota, they sort of look back, and Lula Talisola, when she's growing up, she looks back on how legendary Tal Bota was, because apparently he's like the best Jedi ever, they say, and he like pulls starships out of the sky with the Force, like he was that powerful. So for me, you know, High Republic's sort of the oldest canon story in Star Wars, so Tal Bota is almost like Yoda before Yoda, if he's the greatest Jedi ever, and this all happened sort of before the Skywalker saga. So I think first appearance of like the strongest Jedi ever before Yoda possibly is a pretty great first appearance to you know, speculate on, I think. And to me, Tal Bota, he kind of looks like a LeBron James kind of Jedi, so you know, I think he would really translate really well onto the big screen, I think. And I could see, like, you know, maybe they have like him and Yoda just destroying tons of Sith back to back because they're just so powerful, apparently. So yeah, I thought this first appearance of Tal Bota was really cool. So much so, this is the one I did end up purchasing. Yeah, the High Republic Adventures #6. In the first print, I got one. This is still kind of an up-and-coming book. I don't think too many people are getting this one graded. Certainly when you compare it to the High Republic #1, that one's sort of the more obvious one that people are going to. I just got one in the first print because there was one in Canada, and the shipping was okay. I paid $80 US plus $20 shipping. So $100 for this book, I think, is a little bit too expensive. Like, if you're patient on this one, a bunch get graded. This is probably one where if you're really patient, you get it for like $60 in a 9.8 over the next 6 months. But with the cheap shipping and it was in Canada, I just thought I would jump on it. Consider the convention edition for this book. That's kind of the most rare one. I believe there's a convention and a 1-25 variant. The retailer incentive variant is maybe another one you want to think about. If you're interested in this first appearance of Tal Bota, I'm pretty sure there's auctions for these two on eBay right now. I don't think they ended yet. And I think the convention edition, like, there's only 9 or something on in the 9.8 on the census. And yeah, that one seems pretty low printed. And I think that auction's looking like it might get up there to kind of 150 to 200 possibly for the convention edition. So, you know, there's some people looking to spec on this right now, but I just think, you know, if he's the best, greatest Jedi ever, that's kind of a cool first appearance to get for like less than $100 right now. Yeah, High Republic Adventures #6 might be one to consider. Now, next one here, I'll kind of stick with the Star Wars. High Republic #7, Star Wars High Republic #7. This is first appearance of Darth Krall. So I think if there's a High Republic movie, Darth Krall is going to be like the main Sith Lord in that movie. So first appearance in #7. I think you want to go with the Mayhew variants for this one, where Darth Krall is on the cover. So in the trade dress of the Mayhew variant, there's 19 9.8s in the blue label. I think there's more in the signature series as well, more than 9. So certainly Mayhew must have done some signature series events. 100% of them are 9.8s out of the blue labels that are sent to CGC in the trade dress. So my kind of pick, because there's the trade dress, the Virgin variant, and then like the Shadow variant of these Darth Krall covers. I kind of like just the normal Virgin. The Shadow variant, like, it just looks too black and it's not that eye appealing. And I'm sure it's probably the most like lower printed, most rare version of this book, but I just prefer the normal Virgin. Really cool eye appeal. Seeing that one sell in the 9.8 in the last month or so here for $102.50 and $124.99. So first appearance of Darth Krall. Maybe they come out with the High Republic movie. I think this one might be worth it. Hopefully closer to 100, you know, 125 maybe in that Virgin variant. I think is probably worth it if you're a big Star Wars fan and even a villains guy. Like, I kind of find myself sort of wanting this one. Maybe if hopefully a Virgin variant pops up in Canada and I can get it for cheap shipping over the next 6 months on High Republic #7. Okay, last one to think about that I just kind of stumbled upon this one in the last few days, and it is just absolutely so cool. It's a Ghost Rider version 2, number 27, with this classic Jim Lee cover with Ghost Rider and the X-Men in the background, just so 90s Jim Lee X-Men. This one's awesome. This is the one I spoke of where there's one on eBay right now. I think it's $99.99, and I was really close to buying it. The shipping's kind of expensive to Canada, so I didn't buy it, but this is the one I kind of alluded to at the beginning of the video. 41 9.8s in the blue label for this one. 80.4% is a 9.8 percentage. So this is just under the radar classic Jim Lee 90s book. I think maybe this one's not the most speculative out of all these. I think over time Jim Lee fans could really warm up to this one and really want it. I could imagine. Seeing sales, one sold for $76.99 and another one sold for $112. So that's why that one on eBay right now for $99.99 is kind of a solid, fair price, I would say, in a 9.8. So if you're a Jim Lee fan and you're liking this one, maybe you want to consider that, $100 one on eBay. I know I was pretty close to buying it. Only 41 of these. As a Jim Lee fan, this is just a cool one that I could, really, I think I would really enjoy owning and looking at and stuff like that. So you might want to think about a Ghost Rider number 27. And actually, this is an early 90s book. There was a newsstand edition I saw sell. I think it went for like $160 or something of this one. Because it's an early 90s book, the newsstands are really awesome and well collected. So if you really like the Ghost Rider 27, maybe look for that newsstand. And I think, if a newsstand one popped up in Canada in an auction, I would be, really tempted to throw in a strong bid for a Ghost Rider 27 in a 9.8. It's such a cool classic Jim Lee cover. Okay, so some Star Wars spec there to consider. No rush on the High Republic books. I think, those rumors just came out. If anything, you could probably be pretty patient in the next month or two. But I think you keep your eyes out for these at good values. They're decent speculations, and hopefully they come out with that High Republic movie. Okay, thanks so much for watching, team. I'll have all the books in the description below if you want to just have a quick look at them. But hopefully you got some cool spec ideas. All right, thanks so much for watching again. I'll see you on the next one.